And that's unfortunately the reality of it. So basically, you also have to think is on top of that burden on pastors and burdens on families and congregations, families, when they experience a loss prematurely, they're grieving. You know, insurance industry right now on top of it, most of those companies do not pay out for 9 months, right? On top of the fact that if the family doesn't know if there's an insurance claim in force, nobody's filed a claim. There is a huge investigation going on right now in the insurance industry of $200 million of unclaimed death claims, which means that's $200 million flapping in the wind, back in insurance companies' pockets instead of back into the family's pockets where they were intended to be. So and stay with me here. The reality of that is that $200 million could have paid mortgages. That $200 million that's flapping in the wind could have gone to school clothes, food on the table, lights staying on, not using GoFundMe accounts, not depleting a pastor's resources. You know what I mean? Yeah. People that have taken that opportunity to step up and support and protect their families, and nothing was claimed for it. That means that families are being put out of their homes. Families are being put on their streets. They're moving away and moving in with relatives because they can no longer afford the beautiful dream house that they bought. They can't afford colleges. So what does that mean for us as a church? That means we now have to pour back into our house instead of our house being equipped to pour out into the community. Does that make sense? Now, I want to kind of transition here and I want to talk about the current, that's just the state of our families right now, right? So transitioning to the current financial climate of our country, right, is the other problem is that people are not being equipped properly for retirement, which looks like people in their 70s and 80s still working at Walmart. Yes. And I don't know about you, but when I walk into a Walmart or a Costco or a McDonald's and I see somebody that's older than my grandparents still working, that breaks my heart.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That is just, it's heartbreaking. And what's worse is there's new fiduciary laws that were just passed that is not being very well publicized. But the meaning, basically the gist of what these fiduciary laws have said is you have to do what's right for families, right? So you know what the financial industry is doing? And I'm not going to give you the names just because legally I don't know that I'm allowed to speak on them, but let me give you some of the statistics.